In this lesson, I will explain to you measures of positions, and our learning objectives are percentiles today. We already have discussed the standard scores in last lesson. Here we are going to discuss percentiles, but before going to start percentile, I will repeat one more time measures of position. What does it mean, measure of position? They are used to locate the relative position of the data value in the data set. What does it means? It means suppose we have a data, just make it very simple. We have suppose 10, 20, we have 30, we have 40. This is our data set. If I pick 30, right, so what is the relative position of 30 with respect to other numbers? We will learn this in measure of position, and today we are going to discuss percentiles. So this is the measures of position to find out the value of a data in the data set. It can be explained like they are used to find the position of a value relative to other values in the set of observations or data. The most common measures of positions are percentile, quartiles, deciles, standard scores or z-scores. So we are discussing percentile today. Move on to percentiles. So percentile is a value below which a certain percentage of observations lie. I will explain to you here percentiles. Percentiles divide the data set into 100 equal groups or parts. It is totally different from percentages. Percentages is different, percentile is different, right? Suppose you have again the same data set 10, 20, 30, 40, right, like this. Or you can say, we will make very simple. Suppose you have taken 70% marks in accounting. We do not know that whether your position is on the top of your class, or you are at the below of your class, or somewhere in between, right? So here we have to use the percentile to find out what is your position with respect to other classmates. So percentiles are position measures used mostly in educational and health related fields to indicate the position of an individual in a group. Percentiles are not the same as percentages. See, I already told you there is a difference between percentages and percentile. For example, if a student get 67 points out of 100 in a test, right? Here I have mentioned 60, 67. It means that she has 67%. There is no indication of her position with respect to her class. Maybe her score is highest, maybe lowest, or somewhere in between, right? 67% marks. If 67 points corresponds to 58 percentile, how I have calculated this 58 percentile, I will show you in the next slide. This is just the example. Then it means she performed better than 58% of her class. Here I am just explaining what does percentile means. That suppose again, if you have a 70 marks in accounting, it is 70%, but you are not sure where is your position in the class. So here you have to calculate the percentile, and it is very easy to find out. The marks of 10 students are given below. Here is the example. 10 students, suppose same thing, 76 he or she has in accounting, 56 other student has 59, fourth student has 87, 90, and so on. So these are 10. What is the formula to use percentile? Number of values below x plus 0.5 divided by total number of values. See, what is the question? The marks of 10 students are this. Find the percentile rank of the score of 62. This one, the student whose score is 62, what is his or her position with respect to other classmates? See, one student has 34 marks, one is 49, this is 62. So we want to know his position in the class. Here we are going to use the percentile. So the first thing is you have to arrange the data. This is the raw data. You have to arrange the data in order starting from the lowest one. So lowest is C34, then 48, 49, 56, and so on. This is the first step. Now put the values in the formula. What is the formula? Number of values below x. So in this case we have 62 is x, because we want to find the percentile rank of the 62. So this is 62. How many values you have below 62? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it will be 5 plus 0.5 divided by 10. Why 10? Because there are 10 students. Multiply by 100. So we will get 55th percentile. It means a student whose score was 62 did better than 55% in the class. So now we know the position of this student. He has 62. His performance is better than 55%. Now one more example. Here the same data, but find the percentile rank of the score of 87. The student who has 87 marks, suppose in physics, we want to find out his performance. So first thing is you have to write down the data in order, again from in the ascending order. So this is 34, 48, 49, and so on. Now put the values in formula. Here we are going to calculate for the 87. So number of values below 87, below x. So x is 87. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It will be 8 plus 0.5 divided by 10, again because we have 10 students, multiply by 100, 85th percentile. A student whose score was 87 did better than 85%. Now is clear, right? Okay, now another way to calculate finding the data value corresponding to a given percentile. So in the next question, this percentile we know, we want to calculate the number, right? In suppose I say 85th percentile, he has 85th percentile, so what is his marks? So the next question you have to calculate the number. So again same thing, first of all we have to arrange the data in order from lowest to highest, and this is the formula. Put the value in the formula. C is equal to, and this dot represents multiplication, n dot p, n is equal to total number of values, and p is equal to percentile. And these 2 points I will explain to you later when we will discuss the question. So the question is again, the marks of 10 students are given below, same thing. Find the value corresponding to 25th percentile. You have to find out the number, right? 25th percentile. So first thing is again you have to write down the data in order. We did put the values in the formula. N is total number of students. This is 10. This P for percentile we have to calculate for 25 and then divided by 100. So we will get C is equal to 2.5. Here we are calculating the value corresponding to 25th percentile. If C is not a whole number, just in this case, it is 2.5. Round up to the next whole number, so it will be 3. If it will be suppose 3.7, then round up it will be 4. So in this case it is 3. Then you have to count from lowest to 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have 49. Now start at the lowest value and count over to the third value, which is 49. So the value 49 corresponds to the 25th percentile. Suppose if a student has 49 marks, then his performance is 25% better than rest of the class. So same, see I told you that this point is, if C is not the whole number, round up to the next whole number, then starting at the lowest value, count over to the number that corresponds to the rounded up value. Clear? Okay, now one more example. Suppose the 10 students Now you have to find out the value corresponding to 70th percentile. So first is you have to write down the data in order we did, and then use the formula. This is again 10 and percentile is 70. So it is 700 divided by 107. Now our answer is whole number. If it is not the whole number, then we have to round up and then count. It is whole number. Since C is a whole number, use the value halfway between C and C plus, means you have to count 1 starting from the lowest one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7 C, and this is C plus 1. So you have to consider these two numbers C and C plus 1, add them and divide it by 2, so you will get 77. So that if the student has 77 marks in physics or accounting, then it means that his performance was better than 70% of the class. So same this point is here, which I told you I will explain later. If C is a whole number, use the value halfway between the C and C plus value when counting up from the lowest value. Right here I have made a simple graph, percentile graph. Suppose if you have a data in groups, this is I have this is the class boundaries or the diastolic blood pressure of the people. Suppose some people have 40.5 to 45.5, this is the diastolic blood pressure, and there are 18 people. Similarly, this range, and this is almost the normal range. 30 people have the normal range, and these are the frequencies. So total, if you count this column, it is 143. Then you have to make the cumulative frequency. Cumulative is 18. First is 18, then 18 plus 22, 40, 40 plus 25, 65, 65 plus 12, 77, and so on. So at the end it should be the same. What is the total number? 143, 143. And this is cumulative percent. So how you will get percent? This first one, 18 divided by total, this is 143, and multiply by 100. Similarly, 40 divided by 143 multiply by 100, you will get 20. It is a percentage, so at the end you will get 100%. It means it is okay. In the graph you have to use cumulative percent on y-axis, boundaries on x-axis. You have to use these two columns. Select this column, press and hold control key, select this column and make this graph. And then you can see, suppose if you want to know the 40th percentile, so make a line here and then here, so you will see this is the 40th percentile. Similarly, 60th percentile or whatever, so you can read the graph in this way. So in this lesson we have learned the second part of the measures of position, that is percentile. If you still have any question, you can write down in comment section, and thanks for watching.